Hello there, this is Extra Joel 1201 here for Chapter 2 of Free Houses 0% Maddening LTC Spaghetti. This map sucks. Just to put it out there, just a lot of this map sucks, and I'll be able to talk about it because this map is a slog. Okay, so basically here, the enemies don't come unless someone is in range, so I just basically bait them into range with the archer. I usually would have animations on, but I had to redo this map like 12 times, and I just wanted the animations off so that way it was faster. Okay, so why this map sucks? This is... Wait. Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, sorry. I thought I had a longer break. Basically. So this map sucks because hit rates are super inconsistent. A lot of hit rates are just like in the 70s and in the 80s. You pretty much need combat arts to even get like high hit rates. And this is also the type of map where if you miss, you're basically kind of you're no, yeah, kind of. No, you're basically just screwed over. Like you're basically just screwed over. And yes, he did miss a 96. But fortunately, I didn't really need to hit at that moment anyway. But essentially, yeah. So the thing with this map is that you essentially have this long 2 tile wide corridor, and then you have sections of enemies coming at you. And it's always either bandits slash thieves and an archer. And there's one wave with there's one squad with a mage. So the archers are flat out obnoxious. Um, the archers are just really obnoxious. They have really high speed, so they basically double almost everyone. They attack from free range, so even if you have an archer in range, like even if I had Claude range, he can't counterattack because they just attack at free range, and they always have poison strike, so they just do chip damage, and it's so annoying. And then you have these thieves. These thieves have 14 AS. There are certain units that even with rally speed, which is plus 4 AS, I still get doubled, and they have pass, so I basically have to take them out ASAP. And you have no idea how annoying this map is when you basically just skip a bunch of 70s and a bunch of 80s. And it's like if you miss, if you miss, you are basically screwed. Because these fees will wreck you. And this map encourages ranged options, but you don't even have that many ranged options. And the enemies are so bulky for no reason. Like even like I need 2 units at minimum with combat arts. And sometimes even then that's not enough. I need like 3 units. I just don't get this map. And it's like I can't even overextend. A large reason for why I took so long in this map is because I kept trying to rush it because, I just got kind of bored having to go at such a slow pace. But you basically have to in 0%. Like Rengor, I think, got 29 turns. So, yeah. Because the thing is, the enemies, like right now, kind of spread out. And it's like, you also don't want to bait the squad of enemies on the left because they will basically aggro you. And you're going to have like 2 squads at once. And then there's another squad from the back coming in. And it's just a lot. This map is just really annoying. I honestly contemplated just like not even continuing this run because the hit rates were just so annoying. I wish I could like hack and force it or something, but no, unfortunately. And here you're gonna. Oh yeah, by the way, even if I do rally speed, she still gets doubled. She still gets doubled. That's how fast these enemies are. Plus 4 AS, and they still get doubled. And yeah, hit rates are just super shaky. I know I'm saying the same thing, but I really just want to hammer in just how incredibly annoying this map is. It's just annoying because hit rates are incredibly shaky. You need like 2 to 3 units just to kill a single enemy. The tightness of the corridor, and the low movement of your units basically just makes dealing with these enemies annoying as hell. Due to the positioning of the enemies on the left, you can't overextend because if you do, you'll just aggro too many enemies at once. It's just a mess. It is just a flat out mess. I really dislike this chapter to an incredible extent. LTCing this chapter seems absolutely ridiculous. I know Ceiling is like doing an LTC. And honestly, I don't know how she's doing it. I don't. I can't. I just don't. That takes some fortitude to want to LTC this map. But yeah, like look, I missed, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I gotta deal with that guy now. And it's like you really do not. Man, you got to kill at least two enemies because you can handle like an archer or a thief, but you can't handle both at once because you will get screwed, and they will just flat out kill any unit. So basically, I haven't even talked about the strategy because the strategy is so lame and just so self-apparent that I don't even have to comment. I've just been spending about 6 minutes just complaining about the map because the map is awful and it deserves the complaining. But essentially, I just kind of have enemies come to me. I just kind of have enemies come to me, and then when they're in range, I essentially try to use combat arts. I have Lawrence use fire. I had him get the reason just so that way he can use fire to chip enemies, which is rather nice. But due to the tightness of the corridors, I'm not able to use it as much as I would like to. So, but yeah, I just primarily try to use combat arts. Okay, so something really neat. I'm not utilizing it like at this moment, but something neat is that Hilda's personal grants plus free attack to adjacent male units, and so Claude gets like a plus free boost from that, and then Leone also gets a +2 boost from being around male units. So it's kind of like a damage stacking train of sorts, which is pretty cool. But yeah, here I basically have to back off because I don't want to really bait the enemies on the left until I clear out all of these squads. I think this is like the last squad. Typically, I feel bad for complaining about this a lot, but I don't know. I don't really care. Uh, uh, oh yeah, I'm also trying to use heal on Lysithia so that way she can get warp ASAP, which is very nice. Priorities for feeding are just Claude, Byleth, Lysithia, and also kind of Hilda. So I'm able to get them a pretty good amount of EXP now. I also got Raphael Rally Strength, and it's a godsend in this chapter. Honestly, in my opinion, it was more useful than Rally Speed. Well, I actually know it now. I shouldn't say that because Rally Speed helped save my ass a lot of times too. Honestly, like there were just a bunch of times where I would otherwise be doubled, where I would otherwise just be doubled, and Rally Speed avoids that. So Rally Speed is also god tier. I got Marianne Physic, so that's also pretty nice. I do want to say that Hilda is really good in this map. Tempest Lance is just god tier. It just does so much damage. She basically 2-co's enemies. And it's great. And it's like, oh, you can have Hilda weaken enemy, or have like Hilda in range so that way Clock can weaken enemy, and then you have Hilda kill them, which is essentially what I did earlier in this run. Oh yeah, also range chip is like godly in this game. It's like FE12, but not nearly as good as FE12, obviously. Man, I really dislike this map. I kind of feel bad, but I honestly don't care that much. So here I'm done with all the waves. So I essentially just move up my units. I could honestly just ignore this squad of enemies, but I honestly want the EXP at first. I know I didn't really talk much about like the first 9 minutes of the chapter, but there's not really much to talk about. It's just kind of like this like tango of go like back and forth, back and forth. Oh, you bait the enemies, you kill the enemies, you back off from the enemies, you bait the enemies, you kill the enemies, you back off from the enemies, rinse and repeat. There's not really much for me to commentate on. It's rather self-apparent. And it's not even like the strategies are that intensive. It's basically just sometimes I position, sometimes I use a rally, to prevent getting doubled or to do enough damage. I use a bunch of combat arts to weaken enemies, so that's pretty cool. So here I have Byleth be my primary baiter. I was gonna say a different term, but it's gonna sound like something else. Mainly because her speed is really good. So with rally speed, she does not get doubled, and then with rally strength, she actually does a good amount of damage. Without rally speed, she get doubled. So thank God for ignorance. It's really funny. I didn't really use him for chipping. His chipping is like whatever. I know with a training bow. I guess if he did 3 damage and that was training bow, so with an iron bow it'd be like 6 damage, which is all right, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm trying to prioritize feeding Kozaklisvia, and I might be asking, okay, but Exka, why are you trying to feed Lysifia kills at 1 range? Would it not be better to give her kills at 2 range? And yeah, it would. Except I had to restart an entire run. I had to restart an entire run of this map. I had to restart an entire run of this map solely because, oh my goodness. So I tried having Lysifia attack an archer, but the problem was that the archer was in 2 range. Like the only way I could attack the archer, on the left side, because Violet was blocking the space and Lysifia didn't have enough movement, was if I went at 2 range. Here I'm like, Cloud can live, so I don't really care, and I want that damage boost. Okay, here I actually risk it because and she misses, so thanks. But yeah, so I tried killing an archer. Also, here I made a really big mistake, and Byleth could have died, but I had turn wheel. I mean, divine pulse, so like whatever. But yeah, basically, previous run I had Lysifia try to attack an archer on the left, and she kept missing, and I could only attack at range, and I was trying to feed her a kill, and I wasted all my divine pulses, and then she died, and so I had to restart the entire chapter again. And after that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try to attack closer range to avoid attacks, or just I don't know. It's just really risky. I apologize if my commentary is discombobulated. I did a lot of spring cleaning. Actually, yeah, spring started yesterday, so it actually is spring cleaning. Basically, point is, I'm cautious of Sophia. I don't want her to die. She died last time. It stunk. That's the point. There you go. And also, I'm like, oh man, I could have went the other direction if I had to kill Lysifia, but like, whatever. Like, I think she's fine. I think it's just like level 5, unless I have to get her to level 10 for warp skip of that one chapter with Gilbert and McClellan. But like, whatever. Here I intended to go through the left, but an enemy started moving from the right, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're gonna do that now. I got a large bullying, thank God. It's funny because on a previous run, I was freaking out because I was like, oh no, I didn't buy a chess key. I was like, okay, thank God, the enemy has a chess key. Okay, that's good. Honestly, I'll admit, I'm actually playing really reckless. I'm not really paying that much attention to enemy stats. I'm not really paying that much attention to the other stats. I kind of get how people feel about Fate's mechanics in regards to it being overwhelming and stuff, and I kind of get why, because I don't care about the mechanics in this game, so it just feels overwhelming. And I'm like, wait, but that's like the same thing with Fate's, where people say it's overwhelming. And I was like, oh yeah, but I actually care about Fate's mechanics and Fate's gameplay, so it doesn't feel overwhelming to me. So yeah, I thank God I cleared this chapter. I didn't waste any prep setup. So thank you, Celine, for that. So I also forgot to move Lawrence, but like, whatever. So essentially, I should honestly kind of. I'm probably like overthinking the amount of actual research. And here I took a massive risk, and it doesn't seem like a massive risk, but to me it was, because this is a situation where she died. But whatever. But essentially, I should honestly look into like the combat arts units can get, the gambits they can use, like apparently like adjundants give like stat boosts and stuff. And you might be going, Excadrill, isn't that kind of dumb to do a Maddening 0% run for the first time and not even research the basic mechanics? And you would be right, but I don't care, because it's not like anyone else is going to do 0% Verdant win. So ha. Oh my god. Nah, but yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, I should do research, and like I'll do research, because like, apparently adjundants can give stat boosts and stuff, like kind of like pair ups, so that's pretty cool. And then you have all these little things. So I'll just badger Ceiling about that. I'll just like PM her incessantly and ask her really basic questions, and she'll most likely respond. Maybe she won't. I don't know. I'll find someone to bother. Point is, I'll do my research. The two biggest things are, I love how like there's so little to commentate that I'm just talking about other stuff, but whatever. This map is silly. So yeah, the biggest things are hunting by daybreak and endgame. That's the biggest plan. Apparently there is like this plan where Dark Mage Claude helps Chip, and then like Sifia gets like an Oko or something, and so I gotta try out that. And then hunting by daybreak, Ceiling wants me to get like a free turn, and I'm like, okay, sure, probably be horrible, but like, whatever. I made a promise. Promise is a promise, so that's fine. Here I kind of contemplated a bit whether I wanted to actually deal with the rest of the enemies, and I even asked advice, and I was like, like I was just texting Ceiling, hey, should I like deal with these enemies? She's like, no. I was like, okay, cool. I'll just deal with the boss, because just dealing with the other enemies is just a really big risk, honestly. Because I don't want to get swarmed, and the boss is just there, so I just want to take care of the boss. The boss is threatening, by the way. Has a lot of AS and hits for a lot of damage. Yeah, here I was just contemplating, do I really want to beat these enemies? I was like, not really. Honestly, I could have cut this part out, but if you really wanted to, I guess you could just skip forward in the video, because when relevant parts happen, I'd be talking about relevant parts, or you could be playing this at like 2x speed, and that works too, making this 18-minute video 9 minutes. Ooh, yeah, he's fast. Look at that, 11 AS. My God, man, this fart's huge. You can play tic-tac-toe on that thing. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, the tier list. I forgot. Oh, I should probably do the next round today. Yeah. It's like 6:53 Eastern Standard Time right now. It's fine. I could like count the votes and then format the next post. I don't even know if people actually check the stats. Do they actually check the stats? Because like on the Linhart round, Linhart's personal skill was called Lazy Ass, and I don't think anyone knows that. So maybe I can get away with it. I don't know. Depends. So yeah, here I bait the boss, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with the other enemies, so I just want to do it. I was like, oh no, let's see if you ran out of Misamas, or however you pronounce it. I don't know. I pronounce everything wrong. I'll have someone going, Excadrill, that is not how you pronounce Mishima. It's pronounced Mishama. So whatever. And the learns are now in range. So whatever. So yeah, I was like, okay, do I want to feed the Byleth or do I want to feed the Claude? And Claude had more, had a lower level, so I decided to feed it to Claude. I positioned Raphael for rally strength, and also Leone personal. So it's like, oh man. And it's like, oh wait, I got double. And it's like, oh wait, Ignatz rally speed, baby. So that's really good. So then I feed this kill to Claude, and then he gets the kill. The rally strength honestly ended up being unimportant. Honestly, I probably would have been better off actually rallying Leone in retrospect. But either way, this map is done, and I will see you for the next chapter when it comes out. That's when. Okay, bye.